Now, hello children and welcome to the first session of English language today. Officially, we will be starting with class 12 English language syllabus today. So, though it will all be revision because all of you have done it in class 11, but since it is a new class, you all are a new session and everything should be new. So we should start with it all over again. We should try to revise it quickly and then we will solve the examples, we will do the compositions, we will do the practice papers so that people can attain perfection by the end of the session, and hopefully you all will do well in your examination if you go accordingly. So now, first of all children, as you all know that your paper used to be divided into 4 parts. Your paper used to contain 4 questions in it. First question was your composition writing, where you were given few topics, and out of those topics you were asked to write a composition. What is a composition? We'll come to it. We'll be starting with the topic composition itself. But let me tell you the other 3 questions of your paper. The second question was directed writing. Now children, directed writing was a very vast portion. It covered many topics in it. So we will do all those topics in detail. Now third question of your paper was your functional grammar portion, which covered whatever you have done in your English language from your formative years up till now. Like whatever English you have learned, whatever skills you have acquired in English, the application of those skills cover that portion. That is the functional grammar portion. Then the last question of your paper, grammar paper, was your comprehension. Comprehend, the word itself means to understand. So comprehension means something was given to you, something new, novel was given to you, and you were asked to solve it by reading it and comprehending it, by understanding it, reading it, and then solving it. So these are the 4 questions of your paper. So today we are going to deal with the first topic of your paper, that is the composition writing. Now children, the term composition itself. Let us firstly try to understand what is the meaning of the term composition. The term composition is derived from the term compose. Compose means something which we produce on our own. That is composition. So, since you all have been doing composition since your early childhood years, since you have been introduced with the concept of English language, so you all know how to write. Like I know that all of you put in your best efforts to write a good composition. But sometimes students, even after putting in efforts, they are not able to write. So let us focus on how you can write a good composition. First of all, children, you should develop a very good reading habit for developing your skills, for polishing your skills, for enhancing your skills, English reading and English writing and speaking skills. First of all, you need to develop your reading skill. Reading is a very important part of writing a good composition. So you have to develop your reading skills. Reading skills involve you should develop the habit of regular reading. You should read good newspapers, magazine, articles, or whatever books are there in your course. You should do this at regular basis. It should be done consistently. Books on different aspects, whatever your favorite topic of reading is, whatever your interest area is. Many of you might be interested in sports, many of you might be interested in philosophy, many of you might be interested in religion, many of you might be interested in politics, many of you might be interested in different types of politics, many of you might be interested in civics. So your reading totally depends upon the inclination that you have for any topic. Whatever inclination you have for any topic, you should read about on that topic. So that will enhance your reading skill. Now next what you should do is you should read regularly. Reading does not mean read according to your interest. Read according to your interest. Whatever your interest area is, try to read according to your interest area. Your reading should be such that you should be compelled to read. It should come from your inside that yes, I want to read this. So that is why I am saying whatever your interest area is, in whichever subject you feel like being very much interested in whichever topic, you should read about that. Now reading does not mean that by reading a composition or by reading a book or by reading an article or by reading any concept on a single day, you will improve your composition skills. No, reading does not mean this. Reading means that you require regular reading. You should develop that habit of reading continuously, because as you all know, composition is a skill which is not acquired in a single day. It evolves with time. As we grow, it evolves with time. So similarly, by reading a single day, you might not be able to achieve your target. You will never be able to achieve your target. So what you have to do is you have to involve yourself in consistent reading. You have to involve your... Now, consistent reading should be there. Regular or consistent reading. Now children, once you get yourself into reading continuously, regularly, what will you develop? What will be the outcome of that reading? First of all, your reading skills will improve. Secondly, you will enhance your knowledge. Thirdly, you will be polishing your skills of understanding the concept. Fourthly, your vocabulary will also increase, will also develop, will also evolve once you develop your reading skills. For example, if you get yourself into the habit of reading some newspaper, some article or on any topic which is published daily, continuously, what will happen after some time, you will feel like you have improved a lot. You will learn, you will acquire the knowledge of formation of sentences, everything will improve. So with reading habit, your vocabulary will also improve. Regular reading will improve your vocabulary. Once you develop this habit of reading, as we have been discussing, that reading habit, good composition involves good reading skill. So once you develop this good reading skill, you can check yourself after 1 or 2 months. And mark my words children, you will see tremendous improvement in your writing skills. Once you develop this reading skill, after 1 or 2 months when you check your performance, you will see that there will be marked improvement in your performance. You will see that it has drastically improved. So this is what reading does. So reading forms one of the most important component of writing a good composition. If you are a good reader, then eventually you will become a good composer as well. Those people who read a lot, they write also a very good content. They also write a very good content. So reading and good composition, they go simultaneously, side by side with each other. To write a good composition, you need to be a good reader first. Is this much clear to all of you? Is this much clear to all of you? If it is clear, give thumbs up in the chat box. Now children, as you saw that reading is very important part of composition writing. Secondly, a person who is a very good observer writes very good composition. A person who is able to observe anything very minutely in detail, that person is a good expressor as well. That person expresses that thing in a very good manner, because once you develop the habit of reading, then you develop the habit of observation, keen observation of things. You will also develop the habit of good writing and good composition. So secondly, keen observation is very important in writing a good composition. Keen observation means whatever you come across, you notice that thing in a very minutely. You observe that thing very minutely, you notice that thing very minutely. That is a keen observation. So if you observe that thing very minutely, you will be able to write about that thing in a detailed manner. So that means a person who observes everything very minutely, that person is a very good composer as well. That person is able to compose, that person is able to write about that topic in a very detailed or very systematic or very good manner. Next is, after keen observation, what you need to take care of when you are writing a composition is that you have to be careful that before you start writing a composition, you plan that composition. There has to be a planning in it. You plan that composition. There has to be a planning in it. Planning in writing your composition. Good planning is required. It is very important in writing a good composition. As we all know that composition is a way of expression. Therefore, without planning, we cannot express. Can you express yourself just the way thoughts come to your mind? Will it be organized? It will not be organized. So before you start writing in on any topic, you need to plan what you have to include, because see, composition writing is restricted to certain word limit. As you all know that 350 to 400 words is your word limit for composition writing. So you should not exceed. So but at the same time, even if you know everything about that topic on which you are writing a composition, you might not be able to express everything in those 350 to 400 words. So before you proceed with writing your composition, you should take care that whatever content you want to include, you include that in you plan that and then you write your composition. So planning means decide, and then write a composition. Now, whenever you are writing a composition, you cannot write anything without planning. You firstly have to plan whatever you want to include. There are topics in which there are so many points and every point cannot be included. It is not possible for us to include everything whatever we know on certain topic in a composition of 350 to 400 words. So we need to chalk out in our brain, we need to make short bulletin points which we want to include when we write on that topic. So that is very important, that we have to plan systematically. Whatever has to be included in the composition, we have to plan systematically. You should choose whatever topic you wish to write very wisely. Choice of topic should be done in a very wise manner. Choice of topic to be done wisely. Children, as we had discussed in the reading part, that we cannot write anything and everything in a composition. It is not simply possible to include anything and everything in the composition. First of all, so a very important point is that we should choose the topic. That we should, as we were discussing, that whenever we decide to read, we cannot read everything. Whatever is there, we cannot read everything. As we were discussing that we cannot write as we were discussing that we can read only on those topics in which we are interested. We cannot read everything. So similarly goes for choosing the topic. We should choose the topic according to our interest, the topic in which we are interested, the topic on which we have maximum information, the topic on which we have maximum knowledge. We should always choose that topic while writing a composition. Is this much clear to all of you? Okay. So these are the essentials of writing a good composition, that is reading. You should develop a good reading habit. You should read regularly. You should try, by reading, it will improve your vocabulary and hence it will improve your way of presentation. Secondly, you should always, any topic on which you are writing, you must observe that thing very keenly. You must observe whatever, every minute detail of that thing should be observed, of that event or whatever you are dealing with should be observed very minutely. Then only you will be able to express that thing in a better way. Then planning, we all should do systematic planning and decide what points to include and what points to exclude from while we write about any topic, because it is impossible for us to sum up the topic, any big topic, in 350 to 400 words. So deciding, planning what to be included and what to be excluded is one of the very important component or essential component of writing a good composition. Then choice of topic should be done very wisely, that is choice of subject or topic on whichever topic you want to express yourself. Decide in which you are interested, on which topic you have more knowledge, and then accordingly you should write your composition based upon your knowledge, based upon your understanding, based upon your expression on any topic. Whichever topic you feel you are more interested in, you can write on that topic. Okay? Now in the next session, children, we will take up the subtopic of guidelines or useful tips in writing composition. These were essentials of good composition. In our next session, we will take up guidelines or essential tips of writing good composition, and then I will tell you what is the difference between different types of compositions, because children, they basically get confused with two types of composition, that is, one is narrative and the other one is descriptive. So when we do this in sequence, I will also tell you the difference between narrative and descriptive composition. Is it clear to all of you? See, we'll go systematically. Yes, according to the question number from our paper, we'll go according to that. So first is composition writing, so we have that. Next we'll go to directed writing, and then functional grammar, then comprehension. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, children.